Welcome back, everyone! Today we are back playing some more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. And things are starting to get a little more interesting. I definitely think we've made it about the halfway point, maybe a little before, because we managed to finally retake Dresden, something that they have been unable to do since they lost it way back in the Second Crusade, I believe it was. Because they claimed it, or was it the Second Crusade that they made Dresden? I don't actually remember for sure, but point being, it has been a long time since Dresden has been in the hands of the Crusaders, instead of in the hands of the demons. As such, we are pretty happy with that. Now, of course, we did get our mythic level up last time, so we do need to go ahead and choose that for everyone. And to be honest, I don't even know what to give them. We've got too many options. Because, like, we've looked through so many of these already. I don't really care for most of them. Because Boundless Healing is good for Darren, but I think he might already have that. Yeah, that one's risky. I mean, we could go with some of the summons, although not for Regil. I mean, the fact that we have it, sure, why not? I really don't care. Most of these abilities aren't, like, huge, in my opinion. So whatever. For Seele. Again, there's so many natural attack boosts, which would be great if anyone used natural attacks, but none of us do. The Elemental Barrage might actually be kind of nice for Ember. Of course, these are assuming Ember uses spells. She doesn't by default. I'm looking through more thoroughly this time. Because yeah, the Inspirational Leader is what Regil has. You know what? Sure, we'll get Last Stand. It's decent enough. For Windwag. I might just go Last Stand for a bunch of them, because it's a decent ability, actually. Yeah, honestly, Last Stand is decent enough. As for Ember... Ooh, increase the number of spells you can cast per day. Actually, that's a huge one. Same with this for Darren, because that's going to be our healing abilities as well. Hey, so there's that. If I'm being honest, I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Oh, that's the broken ladder. Okay. Right. Collect everything before we go. Wait, isn't this how we left? Yeah, this is how we left the area, isn't it? Huh. Yeah, because this is where we got the actual flag. So that's going backwards. I don't feel like that's right. How do we get out? I'm not actually sure.
That is not far.
Because, yeah, we were up here. I mean, we can come over to here? Oh, wait, the wall goes this way.
I won't let you hurt my friends.
There we go. That's what we needed to do. Didn't realize that the wall continued in this direction. Right, we didn't technically deal with Minago, so I do wonder if something might happen there.
In due time.
Okay, we're going up the tower. I don't know if we've been up here before, actually. I don't actually remember. Let's go, I guess we're going up to sea, because otherwise that's our way back down to the courtyard. And just a light maze.
Kill is for you!
Thank you for amusing me.
Yeah, I guess that was all that was up there. I was kind of expecting something more, but I guess not.
All according to plan.
Yeah, we just had some enemies who tried to go invisible to hide, and then got themselves murdered.
Close ranks.
Hi, Minotaur! Hold on. Where's that loot? Oh, there it is. They made it look like it was outside the wall. That was a little strange.
I'll go ahead.
'Cause yeah, I kind of forgot, but we have not actually dealt with Minago yet. Both Minago and Staunton were around.
What a find.
However, I don't know if they are still around.
Battle formation.
Oh shoot, Ember's injured. Dang, how did Ember get injured?
In this war.
Oh, actually, Scylla. Well, I've got you targeted. You go over that way.
Oh, the waiting's never
Darren,
fun.
you're gonna start healing.
This was simple enough.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Yep. Start doing all the healing. I feel like someone had inflict wounds. Do I
Focus
have
on
it?
the goal.
I mean, I can do that. Where's the body? The one that we killed? I wasn't paying much attention. The one that we killed is gone. I can go num num there.
Missed me already.
Yeah, we're actually using up our healing
Magritium
items here.
Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
Gotta run back and forth a little bit here.
Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos. Magritium Turinos.
I will help where I can.
Going through, using up all my healing stuff. Might as well. That way I don't have to use up potions. I feel like I remember seeing someone have the inflict wounds spell, though. And I don't know how to access it. Those are my consumables.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
Only you deserve
Together?
my obedience.
Decide already.
Yeah, I guess not. Not like I've needed to use it much, to be honest. What we can do, however, is use that. There we go.
This war must end.
Now we gotta give Darren some healing too. He used all that stuff on everyone else.
Esmith, Axis, yes. 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 Esmith, Axis, yes.
There we go. Just about everyone has been healed up.
Esmith, Axis, yes.
There we go. Okay. Everyone is now healed much better. I don't actually remember why we took such massive damage in the first place, actually. But it's now been resolved, so it's okay. We're good again.
As it should be.
Can't go any further that way, clearly. So we go back to the bigger hole here and go forwards. Up the stairs, apparently.
That is not far.
The real inconvenience when it puts my camera
In due
backwards. Makes it a little harder to identify
I'm sure
where
you
I'm
know
trying to go.
Right?
You are nothing before me.
Well, speaking of Monaco and Staunton, I found them.
Let's run, sweetie. Let's go. Why are you so slow? They're almost here.
I'm not going anywhere.
The dwarf's cracked voice sounds like rasping, rusty metal.
Don't you feel it? She's got that damn rag with her. I can't teleport. She's going to kill us.
If she kills us, then so be it. But this is my city, and I will fight for it to the end. And you, my love, you will be with me to the end.
Staunton grasps the chain of the demoness, sinking his nails into her tender skin, and pulls her face toward his, kissing her lips quickly before pushing her away. Okay. Monaco, what's that on your face?
That's not your concern, mortal.
The demon hisses angrily.
The Master has punished her cruelly for her failure in Canabras. As you can see, the leaders of the demons are as patient with their slaves as the Crusaders are with their commanders.
A crooked smirk crosses the dwarf's face.
Sweetie, why are you telling her this? What does it matter? What?
Quiet.
Staunton's voice holds no emotion whatsoever except perhaps wariness. The word that fell from his lips barely echoes, but nonetheless the demon immediately falls silent. Aren't you getting tired of fleeing?
You have no idea how tired I am of you, mortal. But never mind. Today, we will finally be done with you. Right, Staunton? Right, sweetie?
The demon's laughter is shrill and unnatural. Yeah, Nura! Hi there!
You think I'd miss the chance to see Staunton wipe that grin off your smug face?
Yeah, well, you're clearly an idiot, because the fact that we made it this far proves our strength.
For years, you self-appointed champions of good have treated us like dirt beneath your feet. If the demons will help us get our revenge, then we're with the demons.
Well, you made a bad idea, so... yeah. So, Staunton, why do you fight with them?
You have the audacity to ask me that? I fight on this side because the other side didn't give me a chance. Yes, I made a terrible mistake and Dresden fell to the demons. The Queen should have had me hanged. I deserved it. But she found a far worse punishment for me. False mercy. When she spared me that day, she said she wanted to give me a chance to make amends. And I believed her. For 70 years, I've crawled on my knees, shedding my blood for Mendev. Only been spat in the face for it. For 70 years, I watched generations of Crusaders grow old and die, never once changing their tune about Staunton the traitor. What else could I give for my mistake? What more punishment could I suffer? How could I ever deserve forgiveness? And one day, I realized there's nothing I can do. The Queen had doomed me to a lifetime of humiliation. And when I grew desperate, I only had two choices. To become my own executioner and carry out the sentence she rescinded that day? Or go over to the other side? Put yourself in my place. Imagine yourself in that position.
I don't know. I haven't had a particularly nice time either in the River City. First there was the fire, then there were lots of other things. But I'm not angry at the people. I know they didn't do it out of malice.
I don't know about that. Some of them did do it out of malice, Ember.
Oh, girl. I should have followed your example dozens of years ago and found shelter in blissful madness. Maybe a feeble-minded beggar with no name and no memory would have been happier than the condemned traitor Staunton Vane. But now it's too late for that, too.
Staunton chuckles sadly. There's a shadow of tenderness in his stern voice. Well, Staunton, you seem to enjoy blaming others for your problems, but you're the one who defected.
Of course. I regret nothing. And I'm ready to pay my dues. What about you? Are you ready to pay for everything you've done in the name of your pathetic queen?
See, here's the thing, Staunton. I'm not doing it in the name of the queen. And yeah, that's where you're mistaken.
Not everyone here is fighting for Mendev and its queen, Fallen Paladin. When you crossed to the demon's side, you betrayed all mortal kind. And for that, you must pay.
Who cares about Mendev? You crossed me and my mistress, you grizzled runt. You will die for that, and that alone.
See? I got Windog and Rachel here backing me up. I do things for me, and not for the queen. Alright, well, you're still intent on fighting me just like your brother. So just like your brother, time for you to die.
Right. No point in wasting time talking. To arms!
Staunton, darling.
Stop whining! Didn't you swear your eternal love to me? Promised we'd rule Dresden together? Now shut your lying mouth and fight! Whatever end fate has in store for me, you will share it!
Enemy approaching!
Okay. I mean, this feels like a little bit of a boss fight, so I actually do want to do a little bit of turn-based here. You know, Nara, have fire. I mean, pretty nasty hit. I did use all my spells, so I don't actually have access to Bone Shaker. Whoops. I'm gonna summon the dead. A bunch of skellies are gonna go in. Granted, they're not gonna be able to do much of anything, I get the feeling. Let's see. Seal's got a bunch of stuff. All undead. Okay. Because, yeah, we haven't looked at any of this in quite a while. So a lot of abilities have been added in. We could add fire. Okay, honestly, we're gonna do the holy. And we're going from Monaco. Oh, my skeletal executioner never got that healing. Oops. I kind of forgot about that guy, actually, to be honest. Yeah, I can't really get to anyone. Nara decided to run away. I mean, I hit very hard there.
Retreat is not an option.
Oh, reduced. Rude. Alright, Wendell, see if you can find your a way to fit, because there's a lot going on. Look at that. I have 100 health right now. That's insane. Okay. Now, Ember. Have some fire. We're actually using our spells this time. Something that we often skip out on. Can I summon more? I can summon more. Baron can just unleash an absolute army of skeletons. That's actually hilarious. We're flooding the turn order with these guys. They can't do a lot on their own. But it also means that no one can be attacked properly. Kind of funny. Because yeah, we have Holion, which is very detrimental to Monaco. My Skelly is so good at this. Wait, did you just... Oh, haste? Ooh, see, Nara.
I'll rip you apart!
I'm kind of ignoring Staunton because he's like, I don't care about him.
This'll leave a bruise.
Yeah, Monaco actually did some hefty damage there. Whoopsies. Let me see. I mean, I guess. I don't know why I'm down in action this turn, but let's get closer. Now that I've summoned my Fallen. Hey, Nara! Oh my gosh. All of it missed? That was rude. More Skellies! Baron's just gonna summon an absolute army. See, even if I don't do anything, those guys will do something. Eventually. Oh, and there goes Staunton. They killed Staunton for me.
You stubborn ass! You want to die for a heap of rocks? Go ahead. I'm not staying here.
There's panic on Monaco's blood-splashed face. Her lips are trembling.
No, my dear. You are. You will either fight to the bitter end, or I'll break your delicate little neck myself with these very hands.
Are you threatening me, my mortal toy? Me? And with what? with the power I gave you. You ungrateful beast!
The demon's mouth, trembling with fear, opens wide in a hysterical grin, like a wound on her face. Okay.
Give me back what's mine. Take him, he's yours, and Dresden too. I don't care about this fortress or this half-wit.
Naga stretches out her hand. A crimson spark flies out of Staunton's eyes and plants itself in her palm. Staunton freezes, stunned. He's silently moving his lips, which have turned gray in a flash, like a fish out of water. The demon turns to you.
Oh, I grow so tired of you mortals. Your humdrum little passions, your constant squabbling, your incessant accusations and excuses. You treat each other like dirt. Push weaklings like these two into our arms. And then you have the audacity to accuse us. Come on, punish your traitors. Seen this show countless times.
Well, thanks for the help, but you're not getting away either.
I will save myself. Take your filthy rag. Take your befouled ruins. You can make soup out of this moron for all I care. I've had enough war. We Lily two were created for tenderness and love. Stay away from me with your swords and shields.
Yeah, well, maybe you should've... Aw, come on! That was rude. Maybe
So
you
this
shouldn't
is
have
to
tried
be
to
my
fight me.
fate. I've been betrayed by people and demons alike. Now my life really is worth nothing. But that doesn't mean you won't pay for it dearly. Come on, you scumbag! Kill me if you can! I don't care anymore!
You think I can't?
I suspect you can, but I'll make you work for it.
I mean, I really don't care about Staunton that much. He actually hasn't been that bad. Nura who I want right
Let's
now.
get this over with. To arms.
You drank a potion!
I am your judge, and soon your executioner.
Hey, Nura! Smack! That's what you get for betraying me. Absolutely unnecessary, but more undead! With me and Darren, we command quite the army. Look at that! I have an army of skeletons!
All according to
I'm all
plan.
right. I'm all right.
Breathing heavily, Nura stands up and wipes her bloody hand on her clothes. Well, what are you waiting for, you scum? Come on, finish me off! Kill me like you killed Staunton. Be glad you defeated the villains. Just make sure you don't wonder whose fault it was that he and I were on the demon's side. Thoughts like that could make you lose your appetite. Another tearful performance. Everyone is guilty but me. I lost count of how many of you innocents I've sent to the chopping block. They should have been executed just for denying their responsibility, never mind all their other crimes. See, you seem so determined that it's our fault, Nura. Why? You want to know the truth? Her face cringes painfully. Here's the truth. I hate all of you. If I'd been there the day Arilu Volesh opened a route to the abyss, I would have gladly handed her the ingredients for the ritual. I put the pheromone set cloth in your pocket. I wanted those hellbugs to eat your smug face off. I was the one who set the tents on fire that night, and I told the gargoyles to grab. Every day I was in your army, I did all I could to hurt you. Those things I'd gladly do to you, and it would be but 1,000th of what you deserve. She had her face in her hands. When I was 8, I was auctioned off like livestock. Like livestock they used a stick to train me to obey. Did the paladins of Mendev help me? Of course not. Even when we passed through Mendevian City, none of those warriors of good lifted fingers set me free. Slavers aren't demons after all. Nura looks up and stares at you with eyes red with tears. The first time I came to the wound, I wasn't seeking adventure. My owner dragged me here on a leash. You think the demons bribed me? I was happy to betray him. Without a shadow of a doubt, expecting nothing in return, I poured a sleeping potion into their soup pot, opened the gate, and waited for the demons to come and tear them all to pieces. Me along with them. I didn't care. The demons saw the real me. They made me a cultist. They offered me a chance of revenge. Revenge, is it? You're a little gnat that stings in the back because it's not got the teeth to bite. But even so, you're more worthy of respect than Staunton, who lurks between both camps. Yes, slavery is evil without a doubt, quelling the rabble into obedience with whips and boots. How rude. Why can't these so-called rulers convince the masses to serve them willingly? With smiles and songs and adoration. That's how it's done in Mendev, after all. What would you do if I let you go? Let me go? Why would you? No, you mean seriously. You think I'll thank you for your generosity and devote the rest of my days to taking care of homeless puppies? I'll continue exacting my vengeance. That's what I'll do. On others, if not you. I'll feed as many Crusaders as I can to the demons before I face the sword of someone less forgiving than you. You idiot. Revenge is only sweet when it remains secret right up until the very last moment. Yeah, well. See, the thing is, it's kind of funny watching Nura struggle because she nearly got one hit by Ember. An orphan. Like, come on. That's kind of sad. At least Staunton lasted longer. And all Nura did was do support buffs. She didn't actually fight. So I'm going to choose the chaotic option. I'm going to turn around, count to 3. When I turn back, yeah. I never thought I'd say this, but this is a mistake. She isn't ready to change. Letting her go means allowing her to continue wreaking havoc and doing evil, including to herself. Let her go. We can't help her by putting her in chains. The Crone Ember's shoulder looks disapprovingly first at Nura and then at you. Unlike her owner, she clearly disapproves of your decision. Thank you for giving me another chance to kill you. I will get to you. Or your friends. Bye! Yeah, I don't much care, honestly. So, if you come back and you try again to kill me, you're just gonna be pitting yourself against a brick wall. And maybe next time you will die. Maybe. But as I said, it's actually more funny that she is pitting herself. She's so failing at doing anything to me. At all. I mean, that's all of that. We did have this door over here to go look at, though.
They will break against our resolve.
'Cause, yeah, even the chaotic people weren't too happy with my decision. This room looks a little cleaner than the rest of the fortress. It's probably the warden's bedroom. Well, I mean, whatever it was, is, the stuff is mine now. So there's that. As far as I can tell, I think that's everything here. I'm kind of sad that my army of skeletons killed Staunton. Would have been great to kill Minago first, because she had the resistance and the heavy amounts of
The commander of the crusade has managed to overthrow 70 years of demonic rule in Dresden and restored the Sword of Valor to its rightful place. Will the commander be able to defend the banner she has won with such a valiant effort?
I mean, the fact that we got this far proves that we're pretty darn good. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Let's see where things go from here. I do also very much want to sell all of my junk, because I am wearing like 4 tons of equipment between everyone. It's a lot. Everyone has been encumbered for quite a while at this point. I guess that's what you get for looting an entire city. Dang, it's actually struggling a little bit to load. Dang. Days
Knight
later,
Commander.
okay.
I know you have not had time to sit in on any council meetings in recent days. You've been so busy restoring order in Dresden that you've barely found time to sleep.
Erebeth gives you a deferential salute.
However, there are some matters that require your attention. I am ready to report if you have a moment.
Okay, proceed.
Thank you, Knight Commander. Our march on Dresden took longer than expected. The demons had time to regroup after their defeat in Canopus.
Yeah, that's kind of my fault. I went around killing everything I could.
Our forces have suffered significant losses. Morale is low among our troops. The battle for Dresden almost turned into an utter catastrophe. If you hadn't struck a blow at the demons' military commanders, leaving the adversary without a leader, it would have been the end of our crusade. Queen Galfrey has already been informed and has sent a letter for you.
Okay.
The decision to use Vescavors as weapons. I can't deny that they were effective, and yet you still shouldn't have done it. While the demons did suffer serious losses from the creatures, a lot of our fighters died as well, leaving our soldiers to be eaten by insects. Is that really how we Crusaders want to win?
Well, Erebeth, do you want to win? Because it's been roughly 100 years and you guys have only been sliding backwards.
But that's not all. The Vescavors did not simply disappear. They are still flying around the city, in smaller numbers, praise Iomedae. People see small swarms of them here and there. If you don't find a way to purge the city of this pestilence, I'm afraid that it will soon be devoured by a new swarm.
For a brief moment, you imagine an empty Dresden consumed by Vescavors. Not still left alive, bleached bones barely visible on the overgrown cobblestones, and above it all, the never-ending song of the swarm. The vision disappears as quickly as it came, leaving behind a feeling of slight nausea and grim satisfaction.
In any case, we would never have won if it weren't for your amazing powers. The moment you raised the Sword of Valor over the Citadel, the light of it must have been visible all the way back in Mendev. And the banner itself, it changed after coming in contact with you. Anyone else would call it sacrilege. I don't know what to make of it myself. It's surprising and strange.
Well, you are now, under command of a soon-to-be Lich. We've chosen the path, and although we technically haven't become a Lich yet, it'll happen eventually.
You have changed, Commander. Both on the outside and on the inside. And the power you have, it frightens me. As a paladin and leader of the Eagle Watch, I must seek out and destroy the blight of corruption in the ranks of the Crusaders. But as a soldier, I see that you're winning. You are leading us to victory. Anyone who stands against you will only be playing into the hands of the demons. That cannot be allowed to happen.
Erebeth is trying to speak confidently, but there is a shadow of fear in her voice. Yeah, well, anyone who stands against me dies. I made an exception for Nura, but that's because Nura is pathetic.
Understood, Commander.
Erebeth presses her lips into a hard line, but doesn't dare to argue. She gives a subdued, curt response.
We won the battle for Dresden, but this war is far from over. The demons know our true strength, So we must brace ourselves for a merciless counterattack. They will do everything they can to gain control of the city and destroy you personally, and all of us along with you. The only good news is that cultists make up more than half of their forces, so they will have to march the same roads as our fighters. If they were all demons, they could appear here instantaneously and lay siege to the city. Praise Iomedae for small mercies. The main demon forces are moving out from the City of Eyes and the Threshold Fortress. Scouts are reporting that for now, we don't stand a chance of tearing through the defense and launching a counterattack. We can only gather our forces, rebuff their attacks, and wait for the right moment. Unfortunately, other hostile groups keep appearing out of nowhere. And on top of all that, Minago is still prowling around somewhere out there. Anevia's trying to find out where that Abyss scum has run off to. Maybe she's already got some leads. Luckily, we are not alone. Mendev is with us. Queen Galfrey has sent us the first reinforcements. They've just entered the city.
Yeah, I'm not sure about those reinforcements. They were not very helpful previously.
Besides, news of your victory is spreading through Avestan. I'm sure that crowds of new volunteers will soon be pouring into Dresden, inspired by your feat.
Now that could be nice. We might finally get a chance to get more than just foot soldiers and archers for our recruitment process.
And that's very good news, because we're going to need troops. Here is a brief report about the main problems we're currently facing.
Erebeth shows you a sheet of paper with a list of 4 items. Demons with special powers, secret path, missing patrol, and dragon.
As if we didn't have enough problems with demons already. Now there's a wild dragon in the vicinity. Luckily, it's not part of the demon army. If the demons had a dragon on their side, it could pose a serious threat.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna hunt it down no matter what, because that's bound to get me something good.
But there's very little food in the World Wound, and the dragon doesn't seem to have a taste for demons and cultists. She keeps attacking small squads of crusaders, picking off those who fall behind, ravaging supply trains. The dragon's been sighted frequently in the sky, but we don't know exactly where her lair is. We have someone to help with this, though. Do you remember the dwarf who bravely attacked the Baylor in front of the Citadel during the siege? He is back in the city, and he doesn't mind hunting this dragon, apparently. Go talk to him in the tavern. We might be able to help each other.
Okay. Patrol missing.
Yes, it disappeared without a trace during a mission. We didn't even find any bodies. Maybe someone abducted them, or there's some natural threat in the area. We can't rule out the possibility of desertion, either. The troop was patrolling the southern road out of the city. The last surviving settlements of Sikoris lie in that direction. But after the siege of Dresden, contact with them was lost. Hardly any of the inhabitants survived once the demons invaded the area. That's where I started the search.
Okay. Now about a secret path.
We can usually spot armies of demons in advance, as their hordes march along the Grey Road from Eyes or Threshold. But sometimes packs of them appear out of nowhere. They're managing to avoid our scouts somehow and sneaking into our territory. If we don't solve this problem, we cannot attack. The demons will just appear at our backs, block off the gorges, and cut us off from Dresden. Anevia is trying to find out how the demons are getting into our territory, but she hasn't succeeded yet. Talk to her. She will tell you more about what she's doing.
Okay.
Remember that Nabasu that attacked our camp? He had powers that no ordinary demon should have.
Erebeth's voice is very calm, but you can tell she's working hard to maintain her composure.
It is not the only demon of its kind. We keep receiving reports about similar monsters. All isolated cases for now. But it's possible that in the future, we will see entire squads, if not armies of them. We must find out where they're coming from. Find the source of their power and destroy it. If we don't, they will crush us before long. Even you can't defeat an entire army of such monsters.
Alright, well, that's all for now.
There are a few pleasant matters. At the Queen's command, the Crusaders who took part in the attack have had their pay doubled. and medals will be awarded to those who were particularly outstanding in battle. You know one of them. The Knight Elan from the Hound Hearts. He led a troop of Nerosian recruits and brought them to the main forces, and later drew the demons' attention in the battle with the Baylor, allowing the wounded to be rescued. There is one more thing. As you know, there is a vast dungeon under Dresden. It's empty now. None of those imprisoned by the demons survived, and we don't have any new prisoners. We've temporarily placed the body of Staunton Vane in the dungeon. You slew him. What are your orders regarding his body? Anevia thinks we should burn it quietly and forget about it. Some want to see his corpse displayed in the square, but I don't think we should behave like demons and barbarians. He may have been our enemy, but he deserved to be buried as a knight. However, the decision is yours, of course.
Don't worry, Staunton. We have plans.
Your own plans. As you wish.
Erebeth frowns, but doesn't dare to second guess you.
Commander. That day during the battle,
Erebeth is hesitating. You can see the struggle on her face as she doesn't know whether she should say something else.
No. My apologies. That is all, Commander. Thank you for your time.
Giving a salute, Erebeth turns around and quickly leaves. So probably because, at least partially because we did the whole anyone who gets in my way will be killed, probably is dissuading her from speaking up against me. But I was given a quest marker there. Alright, we got the whole city here. My skeletal executioner is just hanging out, apparently. City is quite large, though. Yeah, we've got House Citadel in Jewelry Artisan, the Tavern, Prison, and the Temple. Okay. It's marked as all the same things. There's loot. Yeah, I guess my skeletal executioner is just chilling out here. Kind of funny. Okay. So, for our journal. Okay, we've got a number of things now, actually. Can she regain her confidence? So we need to talk to Erebeth. Okay, so that's for the powerful demons. Talk to Anevia as to how they're getting here. Yeah, where did the patrol go? Dragon Hunt is potentially going to continue onwards. Oh, okay. So we do need to do this one before we do anything further, which means we absolutely can find the storyteller again in some way. I don't know where, but I can find him somewhere. Carlisa. That one's going to be done this chapter. Nameless Ruin can still go. Oh, I need to talk with Social. I actually haven't talked with him, apparently. So we will find Woljif again. Okay. So this is our... I assume this is possibly our main one forward, then? Because we've got a couple things. Improve a relic. Okay. Form a staff council? I don't have no clue where to go for that one. And then main stables. I don't know where to do that. Buckle and notes obviously will be done with the Dragon's Fate. Solemn Hour, we need to give that to Irbet. And then finding the nest. Somewhere here in Dresden, actually, apparently. Jewelry. Exotic weapons. Actually, there's the Sai here. A vendor wrapped in black gives you a charming smile. He is struggling tall and thin, but doesn't look hungry or emaciated. On the contrary, he moves with the strength and grace of a gymnast. Commander, what a pleasure it is to talk to you in person. I'm so glad. Please, would you like to take a look at my wares? Only the best ingredients and accessories for practitioners of death. Who are you? Vendor gives you a conspiratorial wink. My name is Sai. Just like you, I hail from tribes of knights' stepchildren. But one does not choose their ancestry, so there's no pride or shame in it. Being the most in-demand smuggler of necromantic goods this side of the inner sea. Now that is something I fully take pride in. Necromancers are distrustful, paranoid creatures. However, my half-dead state makes them somewhat well-disposed toward me. Also, I never disappoint them. Ingredients, weapons, forbidden books. I can get all these things in abundance. I heard that there was a Lady of the Dead in the north and decided to come here immediately. You have opened up a new market. It'd be silly not to be the first to try and capture it. There are many experienced necromancers and specialists in this craft among my suppliers. You will be satisfied with your wares. Okay, give me just a moment. I want to make sure, looking through my hordes of equipment, I don't have anything I want to swap out. Okay, can't sell Solemn Hour. Although it would sell for a good amount, actually. +1 scimitar, no one uses that. Orc double axe, seems to be pretty mediocre. The lethal squall. I think we looked at that one. The problem is... Oh dang, Regil can use it. Ooh, actually, his hooked hammer's already two-handed. That's actually pretty good. Where the next attack deals an additional 5 slashing damage. That's actually not bad, although sadly I put my specialization into Gnome Hooked Hammer. So he would lose that ability. Obviously Sela, but we want Sela to have a shield. And Wendog is going to be the sword and tower shield. You know what? I'm thinking let's swap out. Give Regil that axe. Oh, jeez. The Soul Shear here is actually rather powerful. It could potentially be a... Dang! It could potentially summon up to a Balor. I mean, that sounds kind of nice. Obviously, it's better than Darkhorn. Yeah. Okay, it's actually... It's about similar to the Darkhorn, actually. At least in terms of raw damage. Definitely in combat capabilities, it's absolutely better. I mean, at least for the moment, we're gonna give it to Windwog. But I may or may not get the Dragon Fang, actually. Well, the Dragon Fang was massive damage. And in terms of summoning allies, we've got that covered because a number of us also have the summon creature ability. So I probably will swap it out eventually, but for now, the Soul Shear is definitely a good one to have. For Seele, because you're currently using Corrosive +2 Light Hammer. Ooh, this Lustrous Blade is actually pretty good, though. Oh, but it's a two-handed, dang it. Oops. I forget about that sometimes. I mean, I could give Seele the Solemn Hour. But as nice as the Solemn Hour is, it's actually not that great of a weapon. Okay, looks like for the weapons, I think everyone is still as is. Yeah, Ember doesn't really... She has that. I guess we could give her something better. What can you even hold, actually? It's only a basic 1d8, no special abilities, so this is not worth anything. I don't know if they even really care about giving her anything, actually. Yeah, no, I'm actually not sure it's worth it to give Ember any melee weaponry, because she's not meant to do that. Definitely prefer Flaming to Holy. And then I still have yet to find anything better than the Heavy Mace back in the Tower of Estrad. Okay, as for our armor... Not helpful. Let's check on that full plate just to be sure. That's half plate. This is a full plate +1. Actually, a +1 max dexterity. Hi, Team Asher. Things are going pretty good at the moment. We're going through upgrading all of our stuff now that we've finished retaking Dresden in its entirety. What does Windwag have? Another half plate +1. Let's actually give her that vigor. Passing things on here and there. Ember... Oh, hey, we can actually give Ember something. Sure, why not? All it does is provide some bonus to saving throws against acid, which we haven't really encountered. But we have nothing else, so I'll take it. Currently wearing medium. Because obviously we could give him a heavy armor, but it would have limited effectiveness. So I think we're going to stick with what he's got. And then mine is the chainmail. Because I can't wear heavy armor. Okay, so as for armor, nothing new. Okay, I mean, we've got the hat, but it only gives intel, which I don't actually think any of our characters use. Well, Yeah, no one uses intel. So the hat's not actually very useful. And none of us use rage, so not helpful. Oh, healing spells without provoking attack of opportunity. And you're not currently wearing them. Granted, you're not really in a position where you get attack of opportunity, so there's that. Oh, wait, that's a +3 natural armor. Dang. That's actually really good. We're giving it to you. Wait. With all of your magic items, your armor class is actually up to 26. Dang, Darren. You ain't going down as quickly. Okay. Yeah, we need to give Ember some AC there. Oh, okay. She can wear that one. That's good. I wasn't sure because it's the non-stacking type. Windwalk can wear the other... Actually, hold on. Before I give someone that ring, let's check who has the lowest AC. Looks like it is surprisingly Windwalk, actually. Her AC has seemingly dropped. I don't actually know if the channel energies stack. Because we haven't had a chance to really use them yet. That, and if I'm being honest, I'm not entirely sure where I've even searched that. There's so much information to look through. That's hard to know. I've got a lot of stuff here. Because, yeah, I also don't use the Spirit Warden channel energy either. Yeah, I'm not actually too sure. Yeah, I don't know, actually. That's a great question, though. There we go. Accessories, that's what I was looking through. Herbal ring. I mean, I might as well give it to someone. So it exists. Okay. Everyone's got an amulet. Oh, no, Seela doesn't have an amulet. Oh, you get to wear that one. Congrats. Ooh, Regel's not wearing a hat of any kind. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put the Draven's hat on because you look hilarious with it. Not because I actually care about its value. Oh, and Windwalk doesn't have one either. You get the wisdom then. Oh, and now Ember doesn't have one. Dang, I thought I had more hats equipped. I guess not. That's unexpected. That is actually hilarious. Windwalk has a mohawk. We never saw that because we never put a hat on. That's kind of fun. Okay. Does everyone have a cloak of some kind? I do not. How am I missing these things? I thought I had done a pretty good job of equipping myself with accessories, but I guess not. As for the belt, though, I'm pretty sure everyone has a belt. Yeah. Dex and Constitution. Actually, you're already getting a Dex, so let's give you a combo. That works. Okay, yeah, that works pretty well. Okay. I think that's everything for us. Now we can actually properly sell our enormous pile of junk. Time for us to see how much money we get out of this. Because I looted an entire city's worth of this stuff. I mean, from weapons alone, that's a pretty significant amount. Obviously, we're keeping a hold of Solemn Hour. We're still encumbered, by the way. By 3,000 pounds. We are still encumbered. And we've already earned nearly 100,000 gold out of this. Go dump off the large amount of armor. That's where most of the weight was. Sell those accessories that we don't need. I probably should sell some of the ingredients, but they don't weigh anything, so it's fine. I don't need that. Let's go ahead and sell all of our scrolls, potions, wands, none of that stuff I need. You know what? I don't need this. It was kinda nice. But I have so many other summons. I don't need it anymore. Okay. We are still gonna save that one. That one is pretty powerful. However, it's also worth a lot, so I don't know. Maybe. It could be good. Okay. I don't need to bother looking at potions, but I do still double check some of the scrolls. I doubt any of them are going to be any good for me because of the massive number of spells that I can cast between all my peoples. But just in case I find something interesting. Yeah, as expected, it's all junk for the most part. On the other hand, scrolls are worth a decent amount of money. There we go. We've got those, which we might want to keep. No, I don't care about these, actually. Not like they sell for much, but I don't much care for them. The notes we do care about. Ooh, crest we don't care about. Well, I don't know. I guess the notable items I should keep. There's no guarantee that I'll ever find a use for them, but they never... None of them weigh a lot, so it's not like it's affecting my capacity much. Jade, a diamond. Some of them can be sold, though. Well, I don't need these keys. We already used them. So I don't need them anymore. It says an expert could reveal more about them, so I guess I should keep that one just in case. That one's broken. So, no use for that one. That one's just a lore-based one, I'm pretty sure. I don't see what a hide can be used for. And then obviously everything here. Wait, was that the letter? Oh, right, we should read that. Tidings have reached me of what has occurred in Dresden, the alarming and the dreadful. I congratulate you on successfully reclaiming the city and our holy relic, although I cannot help but note the strange changes that have come over the Sword of Valor. I have also been made aware of the losses suffered by the armies entrusted to you. Perhaps they were unavoidable. I hope your competence as a military commander will grow with each battle by the same measure as your unusual power. Take care of yourself and your people, and remember that we are fighting for them, not for ourselves. Aha! See, that's where you're wrong. I am fighting for myself. All of these can be sold. Usually these don't weigh too much, but we have picked up a number of them by this point. It's so great that the merchant has an infinite coin purse. Because I feel like I'd be hard pressed to actually find anyone who would be able to buy this much junk. Hold on. Those are my lockpicks. I need those. Since I don't have Woljif, I have to do my best. 140,000. That's a pretty good amount. Alright, let's see if you've got anything of value. Okay, hold on. Light crossbow for Dayrin. Fire starter would be better, and still does fire damage, too. Let's do it. Gonna sell that. We'll give you a better weapon, Dayrin. Dagger. Yeah. None of us use daggers. That would have been Woljif. Oh, and nature skill checks. Not very helpful, though, unfortunately. Ooh, additional attack of opportunity. What boots do I got? Daredevil. On the other hand, attack of opportunity. What about Wendog? Wendog's not even wearing any boots. Cool, we'll get that for them then. Helmet's not all that great. Don't care about any of those. Cool. And we're still getting almost 40,000, even with buying the items. Okay. Thank you for accepting my trash. I much appreciate it. Alright, Dayrin, give you your new crossbow. And give Wendog the new boots. Perfect. Hey, look! So great to see our inventory actually not overflowing. Let's see. We got Horgus. One-eyed devil. I'm curious on that one. What's up there? Okay, so there's Worm. Ah, there you are. One-eyed devil. A short, chubby tiefling with a golden eye patch spits chewing tobacco between his feet and takes another pinch from a tobacco box adorned with jewels. A fine day to you, Commander. Welcome to the One-Eyed Devil's Trading House. His proud manner suggests that each word begins with a capital letter and perhaps even continues in capital letters as well. What happened to your eye? Yeah, should I make up a story about a heroic fight with the horde of demons? Truth be told, this is how it happened. Back when I was a snot-nosed kid, I'd just opened my first business selling pies on the street. The local lads quickly took notice of me and offered me protection in return for a small share of profits. The usual, you know. But I was so young, inexperienced, and greedy, so I told them to bugger up. Hell, they caught me and taught me a lesson. Took it too far, though. I paid for the lesson with my eye, not just bumps and bruises. I don't remember it now, but back then, while it was happening, I was so scared. I thought they'd beat me to death. I remember I came running home in tears and my mom just started screaming. I didn't have a clue why. I looked in the mirror and saw there were just shreds and mush where one of my eyes should be. I remember that lesson all my life. Since that day when I started business, I find some reliable business partners first. If I'd been born in a merchant family, my parents would have warned me about this and about plenty of other things too. But I was a poor lad, so I had to learn everything the hard way. It's a miracle how many times I escaped death by a hair's breadth. In fact, it's lucky all I lost was one eye. I can afford a new eye now, of course. You know, I just can't find the time. It'll cost a tidy sum, and I don't want to take it out of the earnings. Besides, being the One-Eyed Devil is a big selling point for me. It'd be a fool to get my eye back only to have to keep it hidden under a patch. What do you think of my powers? My powers are nothing but misery and ruin. As a merchant surviving an undead army. They don't need anything. It's a good thing, I suppose. At least necromancers always need magic ingredients. I'll have to change my stock before your divine powers bring me to ruin. The tiefling winks at you with his only eye. What you've done is actually pretty brave, dealing with the undead. Many will object, but as long as you keep winning and pushing demons back into the Whirlwind, no one will rise up to stop you. Officially. Unofficially, I'm sure they'll eat you alive the instant you let your guard down. At least you don't have to expect attacks from your own guard. You can't bribe a dead man. I like you. You're pretty honest. So, high prices. What's up? That's some claim. Do you hear that, good people? First of all, my prices are perfectly fair. They're no higher than you'd find anywhere else. Second, who's sitting here? Are you prepared to eat bark and fight with rocks and sticks? You know, I have open contracts with dozens of suppliers. I arrange deliveries and do whatever it takes to get you sharper weapons, better magical items, better food. You're throwing the extra expense in my face? This is the thanks I get for honest work. Alright. Isn't that a risky name for a store for crusaders? Yes, a week doesn't go by without some dimwit boiling over. Well, they don't pay me to explain the difference between allies and enemies, devils and demons, Lord Asmodeus and all the riffraff like Baphomet and Descaria. So they can go hang. The tiefling spits between his feet and swiftly places another pinch of chewing tobacco in his mouth. Here's what I think. You like it, you buy it. You don't like it, keep moving. If you're spoiling for a fight, take yourself off to the tavern. Yeah, I really like One-Eyed Devil here. You're a fun guy. Yeah, how do you end up working with the Crusaders? The answer is simple. Simplest thing there is. It's a good world and I like living in it. Besides, it's the only one we got. I'd love to know what's going on in the heads of the demons who are helping the demons destroy it. My best guess is that their horns grow inwards. There's no room for brains. I'm from Chile. Tieflings don't surprise anyone there. They don't like demons any more than we do here. And why should they? Gods went to all the trouble of creating this world. Even Lord Asmodeus and his devils helped with the construction. Now these freeloaders show up after all the hard work is done, just to gorge and break things. Doesn't matter who you pray to. If you want to live, it's your duty to help. A trading house, it's just a shop. That depends. There's a time when I had nothing in my pocket but holes. Did I consider myself poor? No, I consider myself a rich man who is temporarily down on his luck. Optimism is important, not only on the battlefield, Commander. You are the leader of a victorious army that will be chopping all the demons into mincemeat sooner or later. I am the owner of a trade empire, which, as you see, is only starting to grow. Alrighty, I don't know if I'll buy anything from you, but let me check. Great club, flail, scythe, and rapier. Yeah, none of your weapons are really any good, in my opinion. It's decent leather armor. I mean, not bad for a medium armor, actually. Problem is... only Darren is using medium armor, other than me. And his is currently better. Charisma? We could really boost his charisma. Not that we need it. Yeah, sorry One-Eyed Devil, but I don't actually have anything I want to buy from you. Obviously, we've got our basic blacksmith. But I highly doubt that we're going to find anything valuable with the blacksmith, to be honest. We might. I won't put it entirely out of possibility, but it's unlikely. Exotic weapons. You're more likely to be interesting to me. I mean, I got 100,000, so I could potentially buy something. A shot? Okay. Ooh, one-handed weapon, actually. What are you using right now, Seela? The corrosive hammer. Because, yeah, that's part of the problem, is it's gotta be one-handed. That actually looked kind of nice, if Seela could use it. Seela can't use a dueling sword, though, apparently. In fact, Seela can't use anything. Damn. Oh. The hooked hammer. But why would we buy a basic cold iron? That's not worth nothing. So, exotic weapons are great and all, except for the fact that no one is able to use them. Okay. I don't know why, but it's completely useless. Okay, got Wilser here. Are you going to manage the fortress? No, wait, Commander. Quartermaster throws up his hands. Not in a million years. I can manage an expedition just fine, but running a fortress is a different kind of kettlefish. That's enough work to make a man's head explode, which is why they sent us an expert from Nerusian. Her name is Orlinda Stranghold. See how she handles things? She knows what she's about. One day Blitzer. She'll be managing the fortress, and I'll keep taking care of the soldiers, just like I've always been doing. Okay, obviously, we could now buy the sword. Where is it, is the question. Black Dragon thing. There it is. One-handed longsword. Yeah, it's better. Can I afford it and the tower shield, though, is the question. I don't actually remember what shield it was. Was it the innate trust? +2. No, I think it was the +2 tower shield. I can afford them now. It'll be all my money. But I can afford it. Ooh, another adamantine full plate. That's what you got, right? Oh, no, you've got an adamantine full plate +2. Yeah, adamantine is better, but we've got the equivalent of them for the most part at the moment, so I don't need them. Oh, wait, no, it was the Dawn of Light. Because, yeah, Dawn of Life is a 7 armor class. So putting those two in. Wait, actually. Oh, right. We gave Seela the ability to get a tower shield. Oh, right. Okay, hold on. In that case, we need to get Sela a good tower shield. Yeah, it's gotta be at least a plus tower shield. At least. Or else it's no different from our heavy shield that we already have. We do have a little bit of money. Do we have enough for another shield, though? Actually, the +2 tower shield is easier than is cheaper than the innate trust tower shield. Oh no, that's not even tower shield, that's why. That's a heavy shield. Yeah, why not? Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. I mean, in that case, Divine Protector is getting sold. Dang, we've been saving up for that one for a while, though. So, Wendwog, you get Dragon Fang, which... Why? It's just a composite longbow. Why do we even have that anymore? I think I'll keep the Soul Shear at the moment. Because it is a good weapon. Dang, look at that! Tower shields are massive, that's for sure. But in that case, getting ourselves the shield feat actually is not impossible at the moment. Because we've got both of them having shields. Previously it was only one person, so it was useless. Actually, it'd be very funny if Reginald got a tower shield. It'd be hilarious. But no, he would never use one. But yeah, Sela's AC is up to a 31. Downside is touch is still pretty bad. Wendrog's is currently at 26. Reginald's at 28. Ember's at 20. Darren's actually up to 26. That's doing way better. He was struggling for a while. And I'm at 26 as well. So that means Ember at 20 is the lowest. And me, Darren, and Windwog are all tied, actually. That's kind of funny that our ranged has the same AC as the melees. Then again, we've been heavily focusing on magic items to boost his defense. Whee! Sell that random bow. I don't know why Windwog still had it, to be honest. But there's that taken care of. I've got... Actually, I still have nearly 20,000 gold. I've got 19,000. That is better than I was expecting, to be honest. Although I'm now realizing that maybe I shouldn't have sold everything to one person. Because we've now got the jewelry people. Where are you? You're somewhere around here. There's the Arcane Weaver. Let's see, so you focus on accessories. Ooh, +3 resistance, actually. Hold on, let's check. What do we currently have equipped? I've got a +2. I mean, Darren doesn't necessarily need it. Actually, Ember would probably be the first one to get it due to her 20 AC. Let's see. That's specific to demons. Polymorphed. Okay, that +3 is actually pretty good. Let's get a +3 cloak going. We will sell Embers +2 then. There we go. Yeah, jewelry trader, there you are. So you focus on accessories. Makes sense. Let me see, what am I currently wearing? Storyteller +2 in protection. Bunch of headbands. Oh. Well, these are kind of nice. 2d6, 1d6, so that the negative channeling is better. Ooh, we've got the natural armor +3. I've only got 11,000, that was the only problem. Oh, Ember's only got a +1. Let's actually see about getting her a +3. Oh, but I can't afford that much. Dang it. I don't got 18k. I've only got 11k at the moment. Darn. Okay. Well, we can come here to get that. And there's 2 of them in stock. We've also got a +3 ring of protection. Which, ring of protection and amulet of natural armor don't conflict, which is good. Okay, so I don't got any money to spend here. However, we do know to check it out. We'll do that later when we actually have money again. I mean, let's go check the wall. I hope we can get back in, actually. I didn't think about this. Because I don't know where the nest would be. I guess I could check out all the buildings, potentially. Can I just get back in? No? Actually, it's not even giving me a prompt now. Huh. That's a little strange, actually. I'm doing a lot of running around here. We're running around figuring out what we're actually doing before we head out. Because I'm out of money, so I can't buy new items. We've sorted all of our equipment. So we actually have inventory space again.
As it should be.
At this point, I'm kind of trying to do the nest of the swarm. See if I can figure that one out. Voicing on the counter looks about 18. He salutes you with dignity, but his eyes scarcely rise from the tavern's ledger. Not commander at my establishment, but honor. My name is Feikito, the owner of the half measure. How shall I address you? I ask because some don't like undue familiarity, while others scoff at the tediousness of ceremony and titles. You can call me the Armored Armadillo for all I care. Your commander, miss, are you sure? I'm gonna remember that, you know. Faye smiles mischievously. Yes, we are the Armored Armadillo now. Out of respect for the whims of the hero of Dresden, the Armadillo it is. So, what can I do for you? Wine, a meal, a heart-to-heart talk? What do your customers say about my abilities? Lad shrugs. Kinds of things people say at a tavern. Some folks say you're just a dolled up corpse, bossing the other corpses around. Others say you've been sent here from Geb to build a kingdom of death. There's even a rumor that you're an immortal lich. Ha! I am, or I'm going to be. But most folks say that Amadeus blessed the Fifth Crusade and sent you her power. Demons have done such evil here that even the dead cannot rest in their graves. The hour of reckoning is near, and you are its weapon. That's what they say. And I can see what that means. What's the feeling here in the city? How are things going? I can only tell you about my customers. They're mostly working folks. Ones who are rebuilding what's been destroyed, along with soldiers and some merchants. Overall, spirits are high, as high as they can be in Mendev, a nation of rattling sabers and fluttering banners. Everyone loves it when the demons get their horns, tails, and other parts handed to them. They've already forgotten that we nearly lost Canabras. Wars like that. People live for one day, and that day is tomorrow. Not yesterday. You've been a source of joy and inspiration for everyone as well. A simple lass leading the fight against the demons, and defeating them, and running rings around all the arrogant Queen's knights. People like stories like that. Yeah, that's me alright. Just a simple girl, an ordinary Dhampir, walking and dead. Nothing unusual. So you're a little bit undead. Who cares? As if anyone in these parts is still surprised by unusual things. Locals are used to tieflings, and Dhampirs don't even have horns. By our standards, you're completely unremarkable. So let's raise our glasses to warm blood, and may we stand united in the struggles to come. Hooray! So, you like sitting on the counter? Is there a reason? 2 reasons. Face says seriously. Dresden isn't the biggest city, but it still has a few taverns and pubs. To compete with the others, I need people to remember my establishment and myself. That's the first reason. The tavern keeper who sits on the counter definitely sticks out from the others who prefer to stand behind their bars all dignified. But believe me, you're not the first one to ask. Sooner or later, every customer does. Second reason is the place's atmosphere. People should feel relaxed here. Life near the whirlwind is hard enough. Folks don't go to taverns looking to cause each other more trouble. So I allow certain liberties. Myself included. I'm even thinking of hosting an invigorating brawl here on the 5th of every month. All of my favorite customers break glasses and swing on the chandeliers. He suddenly claps himself on the forehead. Oh, we started talking about the inn, and I remembered. I wanted to thank you personally for defeating the demon in this very tavern when the city was liberated. Without you, who knows how many glasses he would have smashed before the Crusaders got to him. So please, accept my thanks from the bottom of my heart. Okay. 1,500 coins! That's actually pretty good! My wandering about actually worked out pretty well. A Half Measure is an interesting tavern name. Oh, that's a family story. It's not for the faint-hearted, but you're not one of those, are you? One day, before the wardstones were erected, a peasant family got lost on the way to the fair, and met near the borders of the Whirlwind. Stumbled upon a bored demon who killed the father right away. He then asked the mother if she'd prefer him to take all her children, or only half of them. Sobbing woman looked at her 3 darlings and said half. The demon promptly cut the arms and legs off of all 3 children, and said, I guess that's even, and disappeared. People across Dresden heard the story after the family found shelter at the local temple of Amde. For many years they saved up for a regeneration spell so the children could be made whole again. They eventually scraped together enough for just 1 scroll and decided to give the youngest child a second chance at life. He soon became the tavern's first owner, and called it the Half Measure in memory of his family and the terrible incident with the demons. He had a good life for a time, got himself married, and always planned to help his brother and sister, though he never got a proper chance. When the demons had Dresden surrounded, the poor cripples tried to run for their lives, but they died on the spot. His brother and his wife died a little later at the hands of deserters. There are rumors that the same demon that butchered the family came to Dresden and made a den at the Half Measure. That's true, I guess he got what he deserved when he freed the city. That's the story. Faye shrugs pensively. Okay. Why do you run the tavern now? Before the siege of Dresden, the Half Measure belonged to a distant relative. I won't bore you with the details of how his family died. Just 3 words. Demon worshippers and sacrifice. Should be enough. Now that the city has been liberated, the authorities in Amadeus Church will be returning what remains to the lawful heirs of the deceased. They take these things seriously in Mendev. Alright. You've got a few things for me as well. Not a terrible short sword. Actually, for a short sword, pretty decent. Yeah, you're not really a weapons or armor kind of person. I mean, a +10 perception check is kind of nice. Oh, but it's expensive. I could equip it, but I don't think I need to. It's not worth buying. Yeah, you're mostly going to be ingredients. Looks like you've got a number of potions. Ooh, okay. I will buy these, because those are recipes I can learn. There it is. Okay, well, that is all for the tavern. Oh, well, we have Greyboar over here. Greyboar! You are marked on the map, so I know. What's up? Oh, Greyboar! That's who you are. Right. Yeah, you're the guy we've now met twice. Once in the tower, once outside the main building. And you're the one who is very sneaky. You could actually potentially be a replacement for Woljif if Woljif causes me trouble. Before you stands a dwarf. He has stern, rugged features and looks to be well armed. He fills his pipe with tobacco from Garand, lights it, and blows out a cloud of smoke. Finally, he addresses you in a deep, dignified voice. Who are you? Yeah, you didn't succeed in killing the demon. What happened?
Yes, that was a failure. It was supposed to be a clean job. An anonymous client, a worthy target, a substantial fee. But the client insisted that I use an enchanted dagger they provided. I was assured that a single hit would be enough to finish the job, but it didn't work as expected. It was a serious blow to my reputation. And my reputation is everything to me.
Okay. The dwarf's face grows grim. Yeah, we met before in Canabras.
Yes, I had a contract to assassinate a rather overconfident demon named Kylus there. I guess that counts as participation in the siege of Canabras. Not that my employer had any interest in the actual outcome of the battle. Come to think of it, the information my client provided me with was almost suspiciously accurate. They seemed to be aware both of the impending attack on Canabras and of the fact that Kylus was going to be there.
I wonder if it was the same person that we've been interacting with, because they seem to be setting up a few things.
Don't you remember our last meeting? The name is Greyboar. I'm an assassin for hire. But I suspect you're not here for small talk. Are you in need of my services?
Still smoking his pipe, the dwarf offers you a cursory salute. Dragon Hand!
A large adult female? The one that's been snatching people and carrying them off? I've heard about her. That's an impressive target. I can take this job, but only if we do it soon. I'm expecting a new assignment from my regular client, and I'll have to leave as soon as I have the orders. And of course, you should know that this dragon will not come cheaply. 2,500 gold, paid in advance.
Honestly, 2,500 gold actually ain't that bad. Sure.
Excellent. Let's get down to business. It's no easy thing to take down a dragon when you don't have wings, so you'll need to follow my lead. The best thing would be to catch her by surprise in her lair, but we need to find it first. Of course, since she doesn't leave tracks, that might be tricky, but I think I have a solution. We need to go west of Dresden, to the Grimwood Forest. The dragon's been seen there often. According to the scouts, this is likely because there's still some wild game left in those parts. We'll set up an ambush there.
Okay.
I hope I can rely on your honesty. I understand that on our way to the dragon, there may be other fights or places we need to visit for various reasons. That's to be expected. However, should I see that you are deliberately delaying the contract, or that you're dragging me off to assault some demon citadel instead of going after the dragon, we will have to revise the terms of our agreement.
You know what? Fair. Can't blame you with that. Alright, well, we'll keep that in mind. Although, if you turn out to be an effective fighter, perhaps we see what we can do to keep you along. But only if it's effective. Because so far we have had a few people who are not very good. Okay, artisan, we've got the inn. I guess we can check out the inn itself. I guess since it's a building, let's check out the jewelry artisan. Because there was the jeweler merchant. Oh, gold golem. That's where you are. Hi. What do you got? Okay, Okay, you're doing accessories. So yeah, this actually does appear to be the same as the merchant that we already talked with. So we can either access them or through the golem, it seems. And yes, you do have a few good items. Ooh, actually, hold on, we got 20,000.
That is not far.
Let me go see, because there were a few things. For Ember. Because I'm curious about the negative channeling one. Wouldn't be terrible to do. Actually, you seem to have a slightly different one. Because I'm pretty sure it was a +3 natural armor amulet. So...
In due time.
I don't know. Maybe it's different? Or maybe they're trying to sell the special items from the person? Not too sure. We can see about going back there on our way, though. We've got a little bit of money, so we can make use of it. As for the inn itself... Let's see what we got. Not a lot down here. Oh, I can listen in. Oh, Hilo, you're named NPC.
It is finished.
Okay. No one knows about it but us. There's Sacred Forest, Meadow of the Spirits, Shamanic Relics. Sounds like a lie. Everything was collected and carried away, buried in that cave. It's got to say a bear lives in those forests. Terrible one. Must be a magic guard in the cave. That's why we suggest you come with us. We'll split the treasure equally. I see, okay. Don't know if that gave me an actual location, though. Oh, and there's Nenio. Congratulations on taking Dresden, Commander. It's a great victory, though you paid for it with much blood. The smell still hangs in the air. I remember the smell well. Last time the air reeked like this was the most horrible day of my life. The day I nearly caught the spinner of nightmares. Oh, right. You're the... stat redoer. Okay. I remember you now. I'm tempted to do stuff with you, but it hasn't exactly been a need. No need to go through the whole lengthy process of min-maxing every little detail. So not much in the inn. Oh, right. They said in the dungeon. Is that the prison? I'm going through all the buildings to see what I can find. As it's also allowing me to go to the various different locations and explore the city a little more thoroughly. And apparently, there's a few random miscellaneous items that have been left behind here. Wasn't this a fake wall? This one in particular. Yeah, that one in particular was a fake wall. Okay. Well, I don't entirely know where Staunton's body is. Because it's not in there. Because there's that house right there. That's how we initially got through the prison. Hey, I just realized this area right here is one of the loading screens. That's kind of fun that I found it. Okay, inside the random house, let's see what we got. Yeah, see? Right there. We were just there. Oh, there's a swarm.
Our victory is certain!
Yeah, I made them explode all on my own. Hi? Oh, that's my Skelly. Kind of forgot about him. Well, I might have found the swarm location, actually. It does seem like I might have found that. The engorged body of the young queen as swarm pulses, oozing corrosive slime. In her buzzing, you hear the barely distinguishable echoes of the now familiar swarm song. Her voice is not yet strong enough to harm you, but it is patently clear that if the creature is permitted to grow and her children to multiply, then soon an anthem of abyssal insects will be humming in the skies above Dresden. For a couple of seconds, you stare at the young monster, unable to take your eyes off her. Disgusting, but also beautiful in its own way. Hostile, but weirdly close to you. Nauseating, and yet mouthwatering? What a strange thought. Examine the queen! The creature is very young, and for now utterly defenseless. Her weak chittering causes not madness, but only vague unease. The eggs in the clutch can be counted on 2 hands, and the translucent chitin covering her body is so delicate that it could be crushed under your boot. But who knows how quickly she'll grow and how much time she'll need to repeat and dress in the nightmare that befell you during the attack. The whole tasty part's a little interesting, but time to kill. Smack. Chitin breaks with a crunching sound. Quiet buzzing turns to a rasping croak. Under your blows, the flesh of the young queen turns to acidic mush. Now the swarm really has come to an end. Whatever may lie ahead, you are certain you will never hear its sanity-stealing chittering in the skies above Dresden. Yep.
What a find.
Okay. That's all taken care of. I will break the lock because I certainly can't do anything else. Well, we found the swarm. That's great. Oh, no one was able to identify because I don't have Ember on hand. She's normally the one who does that. Well, at least that was taken care of. Still got a few other buildings to go look at, though. Because yeah, we need to figure out where to build the how to build the stable, along with where to build it. Oh, there's apparently some loot over here that I did not grab on my way out. Oh, whoops. Obviously, that's our leaving. Oh, wait. We only went into house. We need to go into abandoned building. Guess I'm heading right back down. Because it's somewhere around here. Ah, there it is. Abandoned building. What do we got in you? Okay. I don't know if I went in this building, honestly. I would have assumed that I would have. I don't know if I recognize this place. Found a forked tongue. An eyeball. Okay, I'm finding a few items here. A few that are just a little bit strange. Okay, well, that's that. Just a strange little house. Okay. That, as far as I'm able to tell, should clear the eastern side. So let's go check the western side now. Because we've got over here the barracks. The annoying jump that I continuously failed to make. Which actually means I don't know if I can go anywhere here. Because yeah, I can't actually go in through that door. Can I? No. I'm not allowed to go on the roof anymore. In that case, I take this route, because this will still get me to it. And we've got the gates open. Alright, barracks! What's going on here?
I'll go ahead.
Oh, Ellen! Hi! Nothing out here? Because this is just that roof segment that we were going to go towards. Yep, nothing up here. Okay. We can go real quick. Check up on the roof as well. Oh. That one was an outline book, actually. There's also a cellar door there, which is interesting. But I cannot seem to interact with it at all, so I guess it's not important. Okay, looks to be nothing up here. Okay. Well, in that case, the barracks actually didn't have anything for us. Well, other than the books, but those weren't exactly super important.
As it should be.
Alright. From here... what do we got? We've got the temple and Arsino. I don't recognize that name. A woman in gold embroidered cleric's robes greets you with a polite bow. Her eyes, the color of molten gold, gleam brightly in her dusky face. Greetings, Commander. My name is Arsino. I'm a messenger from the Temple of Abadar and Absalom. I came here assuming the defenders of the fortress could use the services of a cleric. Oh, I'm asking everyone about my wound. Arsino quickly probes you with the skill of an experienced healer. So the wound was right here, and it disappeared and reappeared? Amazing. No, this is the first time I've ever heard of such magic. Any ideas on what it might be? I think it's some kind of demonic corruption. Or particles of chaos from the abyss have entered through the wound into your body and made it so unstable. It sounds quite interesting, incidentally. Judging from the records of researchers of the abyss, stranger things have happened in this cursed place. Any ideas on how to heal it, then? I'm sure that you have already used the purification and chaos warding spells, and for obvious reasons, you do not have the option of leaving the campaign and going on a long pilgrimage to various shrines. Since that's the case, keep a diary. Make careful and systematic entries about your well-being. Gets worse, record the circumstances under which it happens. I'm afraid this is the only advice I can offer right now. Well, attempt to heal me. Ah, I'm sorry, but I do not have the right to do that. A healer who makes a blind attempt to heal a patient who is not on the verge of death is an irresponsible fool. You do not seem to be dying, so you will not take any unnecessary risks. Fine. I see that you have consecrated the altar. So I have, and before you ask me why I did this when there's a temple of Amade in Dresden, I will answer. Even though my gods, the ally of the inheritor, some still prefer to pray and trust in Abadar instead of her. After all, my humble altar is no worse at removing the corruption of the abyss than the grandiose altar in the temple of Iamde. You're an Aasimar, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yes, I am an Aasimar. Hard to miss, isn't it? I look exactly like my great-great-grandmother, but I am the only one among my kin to have Aasimar blood manifest so visibly in my appearance. I have to admit that it is a very fortunate coincidence. My Aasimar features are rather appealing and make people trust me more easily. This is a good quality to have for a priestess wishing to gather a congregation. Okay, how do you end up in Dresden? My story has grown longer and longer over the years, yet sadly it never gets any more interesting. I was born and raised in Absalom. Soon I realized that bringing the word of Abadar to places where it's already been heard was too easy a challenge for a cleric like me. I have traveled all across Lorien since then, watching civilization bring enlightenment to the wildest of places. This brings joy to my heart and makes me feel like I serve my God with my deeds, not only with my words. The tiny barony in the Stonelands that had been my home for a very long time eventually turned into a strong and prosperous kingdom, and I felt that I had to go somewhere else and bring the blessing of Abadar to someone who really needed it. It will take quite a long time for Dresden to recover and become an unfailing stronghold once again. I will do my very best to help. Tell me more about Abadar. I'd be delighted to. Abadar is the patron deity of law, trade, and prosperity of cities. He teaches that law and order amongst civilization to develop and keeps people safe and wealthy. Iamade and Abadar are allies, since Iamade also holds order and nobility above all else. Hardly surprising to see so many mighty fortresses and wonderful cities in Mendev bloom under her blessing. What services do you provide, then? I can sell you various divine spell scrolls. Even if you don't have any in your party who can read them, I'll be happy to read it for you right here. However, take care out there on your travels. A scroll is useless without someone who can read it. To use the scroll while they're on the move, you'll need a spellcaster whose magical training covers such spells, or someone skilled in magical devices. So you are definitely my source of scrolls. You've got quite the stock, definitely way more than anyone else. However, I don't use scrolls, so I don't care.
That is not far.
Goodbye, I probably won't talk to you ever again, to be honest. Seems that we've got no one named, at least. I'm gonna run through the rooms just to see if anything pops up. Oh, and there we go. As I get my magical scrap. So sad not having Woljif with me. I want him back. Granted, not like he would have helped me in this scenario. Considering the fact that I don't actually have anyone with me. And I can no longer go through those doors. Okay. And apparently there is something I missed in this room. What is it? Oh, there it is. Just stealing all these random books. I'll sell them back later. Okay. And with that, we've got this house up here. And then we're finally going to be done with our general exploration. Gotta go say hi to Seele, though. Because we do have her sword, and we need to talk to her to restore her confidence. Both need to be done.
In due time.
Alright, random house that I have entered for no real reason other than I can. Do you have anything of value, or do you just exist? A few small things. Not too bad. Okay. There we go. Everything has been looted. Now, unfortunately, I still don't know where the storyteller is. I need to find him. I actually have to now. Actually, where is Iomedae? I'm gonna guess maybe back in the Citadel? Or not Iomedae. Okay, Iomedae, yeah, no. Where is Iomedae? She should be helping us. She's our goddess. Everyone's praying to her. Where is Erebeth? That's what I meant to say. Whoops. Also, actually, I just realized I don't know where Anevia is either. Oh, it's actually, it's Seele who I'm technically looking for. Dang, I am messing everyone up now. Whoops. A middle-aged paladin with a congenial face offers you a guarded greeting. His sparse gray hair stands on fuzzy tufts on his head, giving him a distinctly unwarlike appearance. The Everbright Crusaders have arrived to defend Dresden. My name is Kara Gobelin. I'm the commander. Queen Galfrey is gathering the main attack forces in Nersian. She ordered us to replenish the losses suffered in Canabras and come here. We will support your troops. A tall, dark-eyed lad is standing behind Kara, passionately echoes Kara's words. We are ready to go to the front immediately. Allow us to be at the spear of the attack. The old crusader calls the young man to order. Lavig, don't speak unless spoken to. Don't worry, no one will be defeating any demons without you. Kara smiles kindly and tussles the boy hair. Did you fight in Canabras? Not personally, no. Queen summoned me and the bulk of our order to Nersian. Almost all those who remained behind in Canabras died, and the ones that didn't were disorganized and leaderless. But the order did not perish. New volunteers have been pouring into our ranks. We're licking our wounds. Canabras is rebuilding. Life wins out. People are coming from all over Avestan to help. Many are joining up with Crusaders, just as it happened back in the First Crusade. Okay, who did you bring with you? Everbright Crusaders mainly, but we have a lot of volunteers who joined us. Those who arrived at the Queen's Call but didn't want to sit in Nersian waiting for the main army to set off. All the hotheads know that the front is here. Kara nods at the boy behind him, the one who's eager to fight. We picked up this one too. He walked Canabras with an old sword in his hand and a few copper coins in his pocket. He's going to keep walking to kill the demons, and then he would probably have laid siege to the threshold, no doubt. The boy's cheeks go pink at the old man's gentle mockery, but he continues to stare ahead resolutely and boldly. Alright, you're under my command. Kara's mouth flattens into a hard line and then gives you a stern look. You can see the seasoned warrior hiding behind the grandfatherly guise. That is out of the question. You know about your powers, and that is why we don't trust you. What's more, I'm convinced you are an enemy of the Crusaders. You will reveal your true nature sooner or later. Queen ordered us to help you hold the city, and so we will, but she didn't say a word about us personally obeying your orders. The Everbright Crusaders will act independently. I'll do without you then. Kara responds with a harsh look. You have just proven your unworthiness. Command the troops of our order. In that case, we don't need you. Okay, so there's a Nevia. Look at it, hi! Did you find anything about Minago? Nevia shakes her head sharply. Nope, zero zilch. All out nothing. This gun melted into thin air. Soldiers saw her jump out the window, run through the square and found the citadel, and suddenly disappear. I haven't heard anything from her since, and I don't like it. I'm telling you, this is bad. First of all, her kind don't just give up. Can't see her, it means she's setting up a trap for us somewhere we won't expect. It'd be great if the demon lords just gobbled her up for all her failures, but I think that's too much to hope for. That's not the worst part. We have a more interesting question now. I wonder how she teleported from the city if by that time you'd already hung the banner. Soldiers are saying it probably wasn't in full force by then, but you and I both know that's dross. She wasn't supposed to be able to teleport, but she did. Question is how. Well, I mean, she said so herself that she couldn't. So she had to use some special means, not her normal teleport ability. Something like a recall situation. Okay, what do you think of my new power? Nevia looks at you sadly. There's nothing good about this. Things you've had to do and the fact we're fighting alongside the dead because we'll never pull this off without them. At least we're moving forward, not falling back like before. I guess it was the only way. Bad times call for bad measures. So yeah, as expected, makes sense considering your partner's Irabeth. Have you figured out how the demons snuck up on us? Nevia answers with scarcely concealed irritation. No dice. Our scouts crawled all over the area, down every hole, nothing. Grey Road was completely empty, and then bam, a whole army popped up like a jack-in-the-box. My only lead is a few scouts who didn't come back from the gorges to the southwest. But we found no sign of secret paths or underground passageways, and definitely no route we can use to quietly move a large force through. But I feel it in my gut. There's some evil scum out there. Just have to look harder. Of course, I could send out more scouts, but they might just disappear like the first ones. Why don't you go there yourself and find out what happened? Okay, so that's that one. We've got Irabeth. Give the solemn hour to Irabeth. I found the sword. Here's Iomedae. Irabeth takes the sword as gently as if it were a living creature and sheaths it in the scabbard. I don't know what to say. I'm forever indebted to you. I never thought I'd get my sword back. Whoa, that's way more than if I had sold it directly. Dang. Okay. Please allow me to reward you, and please, no objections. I could never replace this sword. I shall never part with it again, I swear. 50,000 is way more. It was only like 12,000 if I had sold it directly. Okay, how's the Eagle Watch doing in Canabras? Everything's going well? I was wary of handing over the reins at first. I was afraid that everything would fall apart without Nevia and me. But I took a risk and left a very clever lad in charge, a tiefling as it happens. He infiltrated the cult alone. Couldn't imagine a tiefling wouldn't be on their side. He exposed an entire cell. I personally knighted him, just before the city was attacked. Of course, there were many who weren't happy about it, but it's not my job to make people happy. He hasn't disappointed. He's built up the Order's ranks again and is running everything so smoothly, as if the demon attack never happened. He's proven more than once I left Canabras in good hands, but I admit, it's still strange to think that such a small order as the Eagle Watch now has 2 chapters, one in Dresden and one in Canabras. Okay, about your scar. Irabeth's hand reaches up to touch her face, then falls away. Her back straightens and determination flares in her eyes. I lost control of myself and put the entire crusade at risk. You had every right to stop me. Irabeth sighs and looks down. Commander, please don't bring up this subject again. I've been punished enough for my disgraceful weakness. Okay. Alright, talking about the attack. We shouldn't talk about it. It was a moment of weakness, but you brought me to my senses. I swear it will never happen again. The half-orc salutes you sharply. For a moment, you once again see the Irabeth who is ready to protect the defender's heart to her dying breath. Thank you for still trusting me, more than anyone else does in this crusade. Even more than I trust myself. Despite your words, Irabeth obviously still feels unworthy of her commander's rank. Changing her mind will require more than platitudes. Perhaps you can bolster her by appointing her to a position where she can work more closely with rank and file soldiers, those whose faith in their commander remains undimmed. Okay. New event orders to Irbeth. So I assume that's here with the Managed Crusade affairs. Whatever this is, we've got more things to complicate everything. I never wanted to be the one in charge. It's so much work. Oh, geez. Yep, there is so much to look at here. Frenemies, a conflict between two officers. Oh, okay. Now that you have captured Dresden, new options for the Crusade have become available to you. You can now construct buildings in forts and Dresden, issue decrees, and capture and investigate new regions. Both mercenaries and trainable units will appear at the commander's headquarters in Dresden. Okay, so we're no longer going to show up in Canaris. Demon armies will try to take Dresden from you. Destroy them, or else after 7 days of siege, Dresden will be completely blockaded by enemy forces, and you will no longer be able to command a crusade. To access the Crusade Management menu, click the button in the bottom right corner of the screen to the global map. Developing each of the Crusade stats opens up new options that empower your armies and economy. Military focuses on drilling and training units. Recruit both trainable and mercenary units to improve the rank of your military stat. Logistics focuses on economy and construction. Construct buildings to improve the rank of your logistics stat. Diplomacy focuses on establishing contacts with mercenaries and foreign nations. Enhance the significance of the crusade by earning resources of all types to improve the rank of your diplomacy stat. Leadership focuses on morale and army generals. Win battles and level up your generals to improve the rank of your leadership stat. So my leadership is actually pretty high, at least comparatively. Once the rank up requirements for one of the Crusader stats has been met, you will unlock the corresponding decree. Your military campaign will require 3 types of resources: finance, materials, and energy. Finance points are used for all the Crusade's various needs, but first and foremost they are needed to recruit units. Materials points are used primarily for building construction, and energy points are used for the recruitment of mythic units and the completion of certain decrees. You gain new resource points each day, prevailing over demon armies in battle and constructing certain buildings to increase the income of resources, and we can also purchase the resources. Okay. Got it. Okay. Oh! Frenemies! A conflict between 2 officers has led to a defeat in a skirmish with the demons. One of the officers, a charming young noble, tried saving the lives of the soldiers. The other, cynical veteran mercenary, acted based on the principle that victory is all that matters. Soldiers from each unit blame the other unit's officer for the defeat. How should the investigators arbitrate the guilty parties? Okay. We punished them both because they failed. Both officers took part in this quarrel, and thus they were both responsible. Commander's fair judgment has improved the officers' discipline. Okay. So that we can look back on. While this side is our completed. That side's our completed. This side is our to-do. Witches! While exploring the Sarkorian lands, a group of scouts stumbled upon a hidden settlement of exiles. Runaway witches and sorcerers practicing forbidden rituals. Criminals in their homeland. They did not welcome the commander's soldiers to make it clear they did not want anyone meddling in their affairs. Trade! No matter how sinister rituals the witches perform, they are not enemies of the Crusaders. You can trade with them. Hey, nice! So we got a boost to our finance points. Armies get a replenishment of skeletons and zombies equal to... math. After a victory, the cost of recruiting mercenary units increases by 100% recruitment growth per trainable units. Wait, what? The cost of recruiting mercenary units increases by 100%. Recruitment growth per trainable units reduces. So I will guaranteed get some people back. Based off of the number of enemies killed. However, it's more expensive to buy my troops. Got it. Rank up! We've got a couple of these now, because we went so thoroughly cleared out everything up to this point. Forming the Logistic Council! Yep. Success of military action depends on a regular supply of everything troops need and the judicious distribution of resources. Logistic Council made up of experienced officers will ensure there is no chaos in the army while the commander's attention is focused on the front line. So that'll take a day. Okay, so that's our in progress. Okay, a military council is pretty important. Okay. So this is our staff council. Sure, why not? All of these are basically our starting councils. So we have a bunch of different people doing a bunch of different things for us, so we don't have to focus on it. Oh yeah, diplomatic is important for money. Okay. As for our development, not enough resources. Yeah, we don't have many material points or energy points at the moment, because those are still relatively new. By upgrading an outpost to a bastion, the commander will expand its territory for buildings as well as allow the construction of advanced structures. One fort of the outpost level with at least 3 out of 4 construction slots filled can be upgraded to bastion. Sure, I totally know what that means. Oh boy. Nothing in economy, army, or command. Let's look at other. Ah, earbets orders, right. Whoa, because we got the council, we can't do these. Because we can only do 1 per stat. Also, we've now got the banner of defense as well, actually. So our conquest is Demon Fort in lands of Yath, Grey Road, Lake Lost to the Sun, or Winter Sun lands. Reclaiming forts that were lost does not help, though. Banner of Victories is just any fight like usual. Banner of Defense, as long as no Crusader fort is under siege, the Banner of Defense is green. If any fort is under siege, it turns yellow for 3 days, then red. As long as at least 1 Crusader fort is captured by demons, it will remain red. Got it, okay. Lost Scouts are logistics. Oh, it's gonna take 5 days for that one. And 14 days for that one, okay. So that's investigating the Sword of Valor. So yeah, this one would be 7 days, but that's military. Well, this one is logistics, 5 days. That one's also logistics, but it's for a lot longer. Okay. For our relics. The Fate of Soulshear. Oh. I mean, that was a good weapon. This relic will be augmented, but I would need energy points. Oh, Phylactery of Stevanius. That one I can actually do, but I don't have the diplomacy available. Unholy Symbol. Okay, it's a good thing I didn't sell it then. Okay. Ah, and the Hide and Tusk. Okay. And then the Crest of the Fallen Knight as well. Got it. Okay. So that's going to take a while to get through all of my relics. I'm basically going to need to have to run through each of these often, because I'm going to forget. Okay. We can recruit. To recruit infantry, build the main barracks. Range is the shooting range. Cavalry are the stables. We still have access to the mercenaries, though. base stats of mercenaries are better than trainable, but they're more expensive. But I can do the search. I've already was working on it. Okay. So yeah, we are unable to train the scouts. Dang, 600 zombies and 600 skeletons. And the problem is they're really weak, actually. So they are going to die off very quickly. Yeah, it's not letting me do it because I've got the maxed out troop numbers. Okay. Oh, well, I should have split that before. Okay, hold on. Let me see. You go there. For army number 1, come meet up here in Dresden, where you guys now merge. And then I can level you up. Ooh, okay. Fireball gets me an AoE. And I don't know if the slow is I care about. We're going with the Fireball. I wish I could get one of these better ones, like the offensive training. Or even the defensive training. Actually, if I can get the defensive training boosted, and then put my skeletons under that general, that'll be way better. In which case, looking at Army 3, I want a melee user. I don't like the formation the charge formation. See, your abilities actually aren't amazing. I don't even have the resources to recruit a new one anyways. Well, you have the defensive training ability, so let's put you in. Alright. I'll see if I can do anything with you, but most of my troops are going into Army 1. Which, speaking of, let's see. Because everything over here has been cleared. We've got you guys here. Oh yeah, you're weak. We can absolutely take you on. Because I want to make sure my army uses up all of their movement before we skip a day. Unless I'm trying to heal them up, of course. Okay, that was rude. Because they're using stinking ranged attacks on me. Hold up. I need to stop you. Go away. Okay, there we go. That's better. Using that stupid ranged attack made a mess. Okay. Okay. Hey, energy points. That's good. So we've got Keeper's Canyon there. Oh, dang! This is massive. Oh dear. Okay. Okay, we've got a lot of stats. This game just got insanely complicated. I did not realize how massive this game was, I'm gonna be honest. Wow! There is so much to be done. Okay, what do we do? Oh my gosh. There's so much. Okay. A plus 10 energy bonus to all generals. Plus 10 bonus to HP for all trainable units in adjoining buildings. In the adjoining buildings. Oh boy, I gotta keep that in mind then. Oh no. I mean, I'd put that in main barracks then. Plus 1 bonus to AC. Citadel increases the time of the siege of the fort. Well, we absolutely want to build that. But I'm assuming... I assume we can only build one item at a time. Reduce the cost of buildings construction. Okay, absolutely need to get that then. Cheaper buildings in general has to be done. Of course, that then drops our material points. Okay, so how long? You're going to take 3 days. Ooh, 5% bonus to infirmary size. I mean, I've got the healing capabilities, but at the same time, it's better if I don't have to rely on that, because the infirmary is better. Okay, we've got a bunch. Training grounds. 10% bonus to damage for all trainable units in adjoining buildings. Okay. All allied units within the fort's area of control plus 1 bonus to attack, AC, saving throws, and initiative. That's another good one to get, actually. I don't know if that one matters where in the area to place it. Okay, supply centers are huge. I need to build as many of those as possible. Ooh, teleportation circle would be nice. Plus 1 attack. Shelter is... Yep, the corruption. So that one's good to have, but not, like, super critical. Ooh, okay, Sanctuary. Increase energy point. We don't have a lot of energy. So that's definitely a huge one to build first. Okay. Ooh, +1 bonus to attack, AC, and saving throws for all mercenary units. Unfortunately, it costs a lot of finance points. Okay, military academy is all of them. Okay. That's good to know. All of them. Doesn't have to be adjacent to the training facility. And then the Mercenary Guild increases the number of available mercenary units by 1. Ooh, the stables! That's one of our quests, actually. But we do not currently have materials. Okay, so I want a lot of hospitals. I'll do the stables for the quest. However, I'm not entirely sure if I care much about them. Obviously, the Mercenary Guild, Military Academy, Pathfinder Society, Lodge, and Sanctuary all need to be built. Sanctuary is more critical, though. Hall of Strategy. Ooh, bonus to all generals. That's another good one to have. Hall of Glory. Reduce the cost of mercenary recruitment. That's good considering our increase thanks to our necromancy deal. Obviously, we want the Citadel. Okay, I don't want to build anything else. 1, because I have very few resources. And 2, because I want to make sure the Engineer's Workshop is built first to reduce the cost. Okay. So that's all for that for the time being. This is going to be insane. There's so much to keep track of. Gargoyle Canyon. Oh, West Saline. It's not exactly what I... Can I... Okay. So yeah, we've got that outpost. We've got Gargoyle Canyon as an outpost. What's that? I don't know why that's highlighting. Then we've got the Hamlet. We've got Keeper's Canyon. I don't know why it's like super zoomed out on me. I wish I could zoom in. Because yeah, we've got Dresden. Oh, I can do it like that as well. And then we can see if we have something being worked on. Okay. So we're getting 33 footmen and 22 archers per week. Right? I assume that's the 4-week recruitment. Yeah, I seem to only be able to do the building stuff from the map side. Army 4 is a few zombies that I picked up thanks to that fight. Okay. So you are going here so you can meet up with that group. Okay. I want to find a good army that I can maybe pit them against. That one doesn't look to be too bad. So I'm gonna send you down there. And Undead Army, see what you can do. This map is big enough that I'm going to have to split my armies up and have more than just the one. Because otherwise it will take forever to get anything done. I just hope these guys are able to survive at all. And that was a pretty solid attack. Okay. I will say, for my zombies, or my skeletons, wait, who are you? Which one are you? You're the skeletons. Your damage is pretty good, actually. In fact, your skeletons seem to be a bit stronger than the zombies. Although the zombies have better AC. Yeah, it looks like my skeletons are going to be my main damage dealers. One, I need to increase the infirmary size because it's trash. But two, I also need to increase my energy level. But that comes from being a lower level. So yeah, it's going to take me a few combat attempts. But we'll start to build up our undead army as well. Who knows, maybe our undead army will become stronger than our main army. Especially if we can get those defense abilities. Yeah, new morale, we already read through those. Energy points, very good. We are certainly not ready to take on that. That fort is way too powerful. Army 2. We've got mounted, champions, and rangers. I guess I might as well assign you because I can. Still don't know if I'm going to do anything with Army 2 though. As for Army 1, actually I'll have Army 1 specifically take on forts right now. So they're going to head down there and deal with that Demon Army fort. Okay. That's that. We also... I wonder if we can do any of that stuff from the map, because I also want to do our party. I actually didn't think about that. Because we've got our personal party to move at the same time as all these other things that we're trying to focus on. Okay. I need to check. I didn't think to check this before, but previously we were able to swap between army and our personal party. I don't know if I can do that from here, or if I actually have to leave the area. And if I do, then can I move my army and command all the building? Okay, yeah, I cannot move my personal crew from here. There's just so much to keep track of in this game that I was not expecting. This is a lot more complicated than I was ready for. Alright, in that case, the next thing, because I have to, oh, not that way. There's our, over here. Oh, I can actually choose where to go too. I mean, that's good, giving me a little bit fast travel. I still don't know where to find the storyteller though, because I searched everywhere for that. I don't know where he went. Unless I can now go back to Knobris. Okay, so it mentioned the quest. Oh, Ciara there. Because you were not there previously. You only showed up later. Oh, look, festival banners. Wow. Also, why did it not just take me there? That was rude. I'm listening. Cthulhu turns to the young lad staring at him and wags his finger at him with ostentatious strictness. Well, if I keep it to yourself. Keep interrupting your elders, you'll be mucking at the stables for a week. Okay, a few questions about yourself. About me, Ciara Colin, or me, the glorious Everbright Crusader and the leader of my order? Young man standing next to Ciara casts a look at his fuzzy gray hair and mumbles. Leader of the order, also known as Sir Dandelion. The old man turns to the lad and reprimands him loudly but kindly. Morvag, you insolent Kelid whelp. Show some respect for your mentor's age. Or do you think you'll never grow old yourself? Tell me about your order. The Everbright Crusaders are not the eldest order, but our traditions are solid. For us, fighting the World Wounds is not a war, it's our service. We dedicate our lives to it, and also our souls. We have high standards and live under many restrictions. We have no families, drink no liquor, play no games of chance, accumulate no wealth, and own no lands, even if we were entitled to them by birth. We reject everything that distracts us, that draws us to a peaceful life. For our hearts are always turned to war. A war is grim, ugly thing that makes wicked... But war is a grim, ugly thing that makes wicked everyone who takes part in it. We keep our hearts pure so that we are not left sickened by war. So that our light does not fade, because darkness can only be overcome by light. Okay, who's your follower here? Ciara smiles warmly with deep-seated pride. This is Morvag. He is the Kelid from these parts. When the world wound opened, his family was forced to flee. For the life they had. Poor, always hungry, cast aside by the world. Even when they didn't have any bread, they fed on rage and vengeance. At this point on the road, he was walking north to Dresden to kill demons. Darty, gaunt, just looking at him made you want to weep. We picked him up, trained him. He's hot-headed and likes discipline, but he's also smart and brave. When I look at him, I see the future of the Everbright Crusaders. Ciara's eyes grow cold. Don't you try to lead the boy astray. Believe me, there aren't many things in this world that can make me lose my common sense. But if something bad happens to Morvag because of you, you will pay for it. I mean, sure, but also, I don't think you can do anything to me, so, haha. What about your past? The old man scratches his thinning, fuzzy hair. About my life before the Order? So long ago, as a boy, I decided there was too much evil in the world. I wanted to do something about it, try to fix it. I decided to become a priest. I saw the Everbright Crusaders, so proud, so pure. And then someone said to me, and then someone next to me said, what arrogant snobs. And he was right. We Everbright Crusaders actually are a little arrogant, so I thought maybe these invincible snobs could use the help of the companionship of such a simple and warm-hearted lad like myself. Who knew that years later I'd become their leader. Serve under me! Ciara's genial face grows turning cold. You know, I don't have the look of a warrior. I look like a kind old grandpa who brings sweets for his grandchildren. If I many think I'm soft, that I can be pushed and forced. But I am a warrior. I've been serving the Order for 35 years, living in austerity for 35 years, fighting the creatures of darkness for 35 years. I chop them into pieces and then try not to scream when the healer stitches my wounds. I have principles. I fight for my convictions. Do you really believe I would betray them on your orders, Commander? I have no faith in words. I have faith in actions, and your actions do not inspire trust. Okay, finally, someone who will say no to me and, like, agree that they don't agree with me. Because, everyone in the main party has just been sucking it up to this point. Namely, Seele, a little bit of Camellia, Erebeth, and Anevia so far. The others are a mixed bunch, but they mostly agree with my decisions. Ciara groans displeased. Listen to an old man. What you're doing is very wrong. Your powers will do you no good. Yeah, he's the only one who has said outright no to me, which is fine by me. Let him do his thing. I'm trying to figure out, because it said there was a quest. Obviously, we need to go do the dragon hunt. We need to scout out the ravines from a dead woman's hands. Social. That's who we're looking for. There you are, buddy. Good afternoon, Commander. How may I help you? Did you think about what the Hell Knight told you? Yes. Social shakes his head. Another dead end. I still know nothing. How could Trevor have parted with his shield? I can't imagine. You don't know what your brother has endured in this war. Perhaps he has changed. I don't want to believe that. I can't. Not Trevor. With a sudden shiver, Socia looks down and whispers faintly. Brother, will I recognize you when I find you? No, it's not only the Hell Knight who told me the truth. Knight Terabade refused to tell me anything about my brother's fate while I was serving Canabras. But after these events, she finally broke her silence, and the things she told me... Celestial shakes his head. He was a good fighter, but a terrible knight, an utterly worthless paladin. He became more and more cruel as time went on. He started caring more about destroying the enemy than protecting the innocent. He gushed over Prelate Hulrun and his witch hunts. Eventually, the goddess's patience wore thin. When he beat up some poor fellow for blasphemy, Shaylin took away Trevor's powers. That was a huge blow for him. He left the city asking only that his disgrace be kept secret from his family. That was why Airbeth didn't say anything earlier. Brother. My brother. But how? He's always been kind and merciful. Where could this cruelty have come from? Hey! What do you think of your brother's fate now? Can't wrap my head around what I've learned. It's as if we're talking about a different person altogether. How could he? Why did he give his shield to that she-devil in black armor? Oh, Shaylin, let this all be a mistake. And we've already... Yeah, we already talked with you about all that stuff. So that was it for that quest, right? Yeah, that was it for that quest. So we have Woljif, Nameless Ruins, which I don't particularly care about. Wait for Woljif. Keeping battle mounts. That's building the stable. It's also building the council. We've essentially liberated the region already. All that's good to go. Buckle and Storyteller. I need to find the Storyteller. Where? How do I get back to him? I don't know. Like, I couldn't find him here in Dresden. And we couldn't go back into Canabras once we left. So where is he now? I still don't know. Okay, we have to bring you, so we're dropping Seela. For the time being. Okay, still need to issue the order, but we can't do that yet. So that's our global map, at least a small version of it. Oh boy, this is gonna take some time. I have to be back in Dresden to do any of the building stuff, it seems. Unless, oh wait, no. I can manage it like that. Okay. Never mind, we're good. We can do it while we're on the go. I was a little worried about that. Okay, so, oh, we need to do a mythic level. Oh, you're only getting mythic level 1. Oh boy. Yeah, you feel like you'd study, so we'll do that. As for mythic level 2, I don't know your abilities is part of the problem. I guess I'll stick with the defaults for now. since I don't know his stuff, I don't know if I want it to be like Nenyo, where I just let it go and let it happen. Okay, but for you... Oh, apparently I've got something to do in the overall. Oh, okay. Those all finished. Very good. Okay. 1 decree per each stat. I figured that much out already. And then the stat rank up decree becomes available upon being the specific rank. And relic upgrade when I get a suitable relic. Okay. Let's see. Obviously, we need to do the orders to Erebeth. That one needs to be done. That's a quest. So that's our military. Let's see relics specifically. Okay. I don't have the resources for the phylactery or the hide. Soul shear or the symbols. Let's do that one. So that's our diplomacy. We've got logistics available. Let's do the Lost Scouts first. Okay. As for overall decrees, that's all we can do at the moment. Okay. In Dresden, Engineer's Workshop still is not ready. Okay. For our quest... Dragon Hunt is Grimwood Forest. He did say he would have some complaints if I didn't immediately do that. So, now the question is, where is Grimwood Forest? Okay, so that's finding the missing Crusaders. Where is it, actually? I don't know if we know that location. Set up an ambush in Grimwood Forest. Dang it. I know he mentioned it was like either east or west. And based on the fact I don't see anything over to the east, I'm actually going to assume that it's off to the west. But I really don't know for sure. So sorry, buddy, if I'm dragging you around. I genuinely don't. I'm not trying to. I just don't know where we're going.
Let's have some fun.
Alright. Oh, hi there. I'm gonna watch you and see how you fight. I mean, you didn't get to do much, so I don't have much to say.
That is not far.
Well, there's the Ashen Grotto. Yeah, we're not very sneaky right now. We fight a lot.
Let's make this quick.
Oh, we're getting more variety of enemies, actually. I mean, he took some damage. Wasn't too much, though. Okay, Temple of the Good Hunt. Well, I really am trying to find the quest location at the moment. I want to try and find it. Oh. I see. Well, we found the dragon. We're certainly not going to kill it. Ow. That actually did do a lot of damage. I mean, it makes sense. It's a dragon. I took a lot of damage there. Okay, well, that proves that we're kind of in the right area, I think. I'm under the assumption that we're in roughly the right area in that case. Ah, yes, there it is, Grimwood. It's just a lot further out than I realized. Yeah, probably good to get that teleportation circle set up. It'll help us get back a little more easily. And also to other locations too, once we get them unlocked.
Learn my name, Wenduag.
Okay, we're making our way over. Oh. Demon's army approaching. Oh shoot, I kind of forgot to... Dang it! There's too much to keep track of. It's easy to forget daytimes. Okay, so we have events. Arrival of the Blackstone Company. Okay, so this one I can't do while on the go. Mercenary group going by the name of the Blackstone Company has arrived in Dresden. Okay. And giants. Okay. Oh, apparently Lan would have a say in this. Interesting. Yeah, we don't have him, though. Because we chose Wenduag. I'd rather not, have this. We're gonna try and cure them. Other soldiers were worried about their comrades' fates. The commander's decision has emboldened them, and the alchemist has been reprimanded harshly. Okay, I do want to check, because are you... No. Engineer's workshop's still not done. We've got one more day for that. As for our army, we need to keep you guys moving. This is the army that I know is guaranteed to win just about every battle they encounter. Actually, I should probably... Let's see... Demonic Knights... Let's get rid of the giant first. They're not too threatening, but they can cause some trouble. Here we go. I'm pretty sure these guys have it covered for the most part. Yep. I'm not worried. There we go. Easy. And then, of course, I get a few undead out of that as well. Regions! All of the forts located in the region. Yep. Okay. Looking at armies. You are going to, let's see. That's a bit of a bigger army. Let's send the undead up to deal with these level 4s. So army 3 is first off. Oh, oops. That works. We're gonna have you merge. And keep going. You're going off in that direction. Oh shoot, I should have leveled him up. He did level up. Dang it. Whoopsie. I've got to remember to do that. Ow. Shoot. We have Archer. No, I need... I'm gonna do it on the archers. But it's gonna put them next to them is the only problem. Okay, I'm gonna get hurt here for sure. Because those archers are gonna run up and do some heavy damage to me. Yeah, those traps are pretty useless because the archers aren't on the move. Yeah, I need some sort of ranged ability to help take out those archers, because otherwise they hurt. Yeah, I lost a number of troops there. Then again, I'm also going to be boosting the infirmary, which will help a little bit. Okay, level up, please. Let's see. Ooh, yes, stone throw. That's actually a good one. Yeah, I mean, the traps are interesting, but I don't know how to use them very well yet. Let's use ice, because not as many enemies will have resistance to that. So there's that. As for Army 1... I want you to take on the stronger units. I think that group of 6 up there is a bit stronger. So let's go see about clearing them out. Slightly messed that up, it's fine. So that's all of their movement. They are working their way over that way. Let's see what we can do to chase them down. Yeah, normally I wouldn't look twice at these guys, but I'm a little worried now. Oh, wait, you got the Cure Wounds ability. Nice! Although, that's... I don't actually know if that's going to help in the undead army. I just realized that might actually be a problem. I guess we'll just have to test it. Okay, well, oh jeez. There we go. That happened. Let me see what happens. Nope. It didn't work. That's what I thought. Okay, well that ability is useless, unfortunately. Most of the damage was actually done by me! To my own troops. That's an oopsie. But yeah, I suspected, but I had to test. Oh yes, better defensive. Because they do a lot of damage already. +2 bonus AC per level. So that's an extra 4? So very heavy on the defense. I mean, it's not great. I don't like any of those abilities, but there we go. Okay, let's see. They might be able to deal with that one. They'll have to go that way, though. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to put our save in. Because it's about time for us to end. This is going to be a lot. We'll see how this goes. But I am probably going to get overwhelmed by this. Because there's just so many different things to do. But we'll have to see how it goes. I hope you guys did enjoy. I do try and post on my Discord and social media about half an hour before I begin. So if you want that extra little notification, go ahead and check those out. And I'll see you all in the next realm. Bye!